Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Today, I'm with JP, Gila, and Neil. We'll share how math is not just a school subject, but a tool we use in everyday life.
Math gets beyond numbers. It's helped us recognize pattern, make smart decisions, solve problems, and even express creativity in different ways.
Throughout this course, we realized that math is more than formulas. It's a way of thinking that connects to real life situations like finance, nature, and planning.
In this podcast, we'll share our reflection and experience on how math influence our choices, problem solving, and understanding of the world.
Now that we've introduced how mathematics connects to our lives, let's begin with our first module, where we explore math as a universal language.
Module 1, Mathematics as a Language. This is question for you, Lara. How does saying math as a language help you understand and solve problems in other subjects or fields?
Thank you for that question. Seeing math as a language helped me understand problems more easily, especially as a student athlete. It shows me that math is not just a number, but a way to explain ideas, like tracking my allowance or managing my time. I can also use it in other subjects like science and businesses. It helps me think clearly and solve problems step by step, whether in school or in sports.
And now, Jella, this is my question for you. How does understanding math as universal language change the way you approach complex and problems?
Thank you, GP, for your question. Understanding math as a universal language helped me approach complex problems more logically and systematically. As a student athlete, usually I analyze game strategies, timing, and movements. And math helped me break these challenges into steps I can handle. It allows me to see patterns in both training and performance.
Thank you, Lara and Jella, for your answer. Now that we have seen how math works as language across different fields, let's move on to another important area where math plays a big role: our finance.
For mathematics in finance, this is my question to you, JP. How can help us make better financial decisions like budgeting or investing?
Thank you, Neil. As a student athlete, math helps me manage my money wisely. It allows me budget for expenses like gear, travels, and meals. Set savings goals for things like leads or tournament fees, and understand how money can grow over time. Using math helps me make smart financial choices, avoid debt, and focus on both studies and football.
Thank you, JP. For you, Lara, how does applying math in finance demonstrate that this is practical tool for daily life and long-term planning?
For me, applying math in finance show that is a practical tool because we use it in everyday situations like budgeting, saving, and spending. It helps me track my money and make sure I don't overspend. Math also helps me in planning for the future, like saving for school or important goals. By using math, I can make better decisions with my money.
Thank you, Lara and JP. After understanding how math help us manage money, let's shift our focus to something more creative, how math appears in nature and the arts.
For mathematics and nature in the arts, this is my question for you, Lara. How do patterns, symmetry, or sequences in nature and art demonstrate the use of math in creative works?
Thank you, Gila, for that question. Pattern and symmetry and sequences in nature and art show how math can be used in creative ways. Even me as an athlete, I notice patterns in movements and plays like timing, positioning, and repetition during training. These patterns help me create balance and coordination, which are important in sports. It shows that math is not just for solving problems, but also for improving performance and rhythm.
This is my question for you, Neil. How does recognizing these patterns and principles help you apply math in designs or problem solving?
Recognizing patterns in nature and the arts help me apply math when I design or solve problems. I use ideas like symmetry and proportion to make my work more balanced and visually pleasant. It also helps me break down problems, notice patterns, and find quicker and more efficient solutions.
Thank you for your answer, Lara and Neil. From creativity and patterns, we now move to decision making where math help us choose wisely in real life situations.
For Module 4, Mathematics in Decision Sciences, my question for you, Neil: how does math help us evaluate options and make better decisions in real life situations?
Math helps me compare different options using numbers and data. It allows me to consider costs, benefits, and possible risks before deciding. In my experience, it makes easier to see which choice is more practical. Because of this, I can make clearer and more informed decisions in real life situations.
For you, JP, can you provide an example of using probability or statistics to choose the best course of action?
As a football player, probably and statistics helps me make smart decision. For example, if I can take a long shot of goal of or pass to teammate, I can look at past data. He might score 20% of long shots while my teammates score 50% when I pass. This shows that passing has a higher chance of success of on the field. I can use statistics to compare savings and investment, an option that shows that one most likely to benefit me. Using math this way helps me make informed choices instead of guessing.
Thank you, JP and Neil. Now that we've explored how math guides our decisions, let's take a look at how it powers the technology we use every day.
Mathematics and communication technologies. And now, Neil, this is my question for you. Can you explain how mathematics concept ensure accuracy, security, or efficiency in communication technologies?
In my experience, math helps me ensure accuracy by detecting and correcting errors in data during communication. It also keeps information secure through encryption where messages are encoded using mathematical work methods. Math improves efficiency by using data compression to inform information can be sent faster and with less data. Because of this, communication becomes more reliable, safe, and efficient.
And now, Virgela, how does understand this module help you see math a practical tool behind modern technology?
Thank you for your question, Sigla. Understanding this module helped me see that math is a practical tool behind the technology I use every day. As a student athlete, I rely on apps and devices to observe my performance, timing, and progress, all of which use math to work accurately, learning about coding, signals, and data analysis.
Thank you for your answer, Jella and Neil. Since we have seen how much support communication and technology, it's now discuss how it's helped us become more efficient and managing our time and resources.
For mathematics for mathematics for efficiency, my question for you, Jella, how does math help in optimizing time, resources, and workflow in daily life or projects?
Thank you for your question, Neil. Math helped me improve my time, resources, and workflow by allowing me to plan my training and schoolwork efficiently. I can calculate how much time to spend on practice, recovery, and studying. So I don't fall behind in either area observing performance data like speed, distance, or reps. Help me adjust my routines for better results.
Thank you, Jella. My question for you, JP. How does learning about efficiency demonstrate that math is practical and applicable in managing operations?
Thank you, Neil. As student athlete, learn about efficient show that math is practical because it's helped me use my time, energy, and resources wisely. By calculating efficiency, like how much training I complete versus the time spent, can see which exercise or routine are most effective. That allows me to improve performance, avoid burnout, and make smarter decisions both on and off the field.
Thank you, JP and Jella. After going through all of these modules, we've gained valuable insights and experiences. Let's now share our final reflection on what we have learned.
Uh, for my final reflection, the concept that struck me the most was mathematics in finance because I realized how numbers can actually help me make better decisions in my life. Also, I enjoyed most of the topics, but calculating compound interest and applying it to real situations was a bit tricky. I've become curious about exploring how math can help with budgeting, investing on my own.
And for me, that's concept that really caught my attention was mathematics of efficiency since I never thought my could help me organize tasks and save time. I found some topics easy, but this decision senses with probabilities and statistics were challenging at first. I want to learn more about how to use math to make better decisions in real life, like planning and problem solving.
And for me, the idea that stood out to me the most was mathematics in nature and the arts, because I started noticing patterns and shapes in the world around me that I never paid attention to before. Some topics were straightforward, but understanding how math applies to creative design was a little challenging. I'm now curious about how math can be applied in designing technology and creative projects.
For me, the concept that impacted me most was mathematics in communication technology because I didn't realize how much math is behind the apps and devices we use every day. Some parts we say were easy to understand, but learning about optimization and efficiency technique was a bit difficult. I want to explore more about how math helped develop digital system and solve problems in technology.
After saying our final reflection, we're now going to say the three words that describe our experiences. For me, it is eye opening, practical, and motivating.
And for me, useful, interesting, and engaging.
And for me, it's inspiring, helpful, and fun.
For me, challenging, exciting, and rewarding. As we come to the end of our podcast, we hope we've shown that mathematics is more than just numbers and formula. It's a powerful tool that shapes the way we think, decide, and live our daily lives.
Through our experiences, we realize that math helps us become more logical, creative, and efficient individuals.
Whether it's in sports, school, finance, or technology, math continues to guide us in making better choices and improving ourselves.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope our insights inspire you to see mathematics in new and meaningful way.
Thank you.